What's up, diecast collectors? This is OBB, the diecast news guy, bringing you guys with a brand new diecast release from my good friends at Circle B Diecast. Make sure to use that promo code OBBYT to get $5 off of $30 or more for shipping. And today's going to be on a diecast that I think a lot of people are going to be quite intrigued. If you guys saw my recent haul video, then you guys know what's in store. I am a NASCAR fan, but I also do love talking about INDYCAR, and heck, if you guys are with me on this, then heck, and not, then I don't know, just stay tuned, and maybe you'll actually learn something about what I'm about to show you right here. But this is going to be on a brand new INDYCAR release that just came out at the dealers, and it's also at Circle B. It's not sold out yet, but it's on a guy who I think probably has a good shot of getting his second title this year for the NTT INDYCAR series. It's for the NTT INDYCAR series season, but it is going to be on your 2014 Verizon INDYCAR Series champion and your 2018 Indianapolis 500 champion, Will Power, in his number 12 Verizon 5G Chevrolet Delar for Team Penske. Now, anybody who kind of knows how this car might look kind of familiar, especially for all you NASCAR fans out there. Yes, Joey Logano, I believe, and I think maybe Austin Cindric as well, but I think Joey Logano drove a Verizon 5G car that has this same color layout. But there's a term that we use, NASCAR, we call them paint schemes, but here we call them, liveries. So, but sometimes I will mix it up, but, when I'm saying about that stuff, I'm talking about the car. But yeah, but if you guys haven't seen, I think this might have been my first or second review on the 2022 INDYCARs. But heck, man, this is really cool. Another nice cool difference of a livery change that we got for Will Power. Last year's we had that matte black Verizon 5G car, and now here we got ourselves a nice gradient right here. And I must say, the gradient that Greenlight does, a lot better than what we got from Lionel. This actually looks pretty damn accurate. And if you guys want to do some reading, you guys can look at the back right here and learn more about this guy, Will Power. And he actually lives in Charlotte, so how about that? But heck, we're going to go ahead and unbox this bad boy, and let's take a look at this Australian mate known as Will Power. And we'll get on to that very soon. And alrighty, guys, we got this diecast I was boxing. Man, there was just one thing I love about Greenlight Collectibles, guys. And yeah, they do usually have quality issues, but this one right here, I gotta say, man, I mean, I only paid this diecast for like $9 at Circle B. Like I said, use that promo code, but for $9, or they're probably $10 now at the tracks. I think they were when I was at Indianapolis this year. Fun fact, I do go to the Indy 500 every year, and I saw a version of this Verizon car, which I wasn't really a big fan of. Like, this is his primary livery layout, but I guess the one for the 500, I guess it had like different colors on it. There was like orange and purple. I don't know what the fuck the meaning was for that. I mean, if it was like for a foundation, then, all awards are, not taken seriously. It was just a really weird color combination. But this one right here is really cool, guys. But look at the transition, guys. Look at this, guys. It's not pixelated. It is just perfectly executed by Greenlight Collectibles, man. I mean, some people be like, well, it's not that good. Well, it's a lot better than what we get from, the NASCAR side with Lionel. But also, guys, for this price range, you also get, a diecast that looks like has really good detail, even down to the smallest things. Rubber tires. Gee whiz, that's something we are not even going to get in the 2022 diecast compared to last year's. And a metal chassis. I mean, my lord, and look, and these cars pretty much look like just like, the underside of what, what the current NASCARs look like. So, I mean, if you guys haven't ordered any INDYCAR diecast yet, you guys are really missing out. But another deal I do recommend checking out is GP Diecast on eBay. I usually get his stuff from there, but couldn't pass up on my boys at Circle B Diecast for hooking me up with some diecast to review. But we're getting down to right here to all these iconic Penske sponsors that you guys should probably all know, whether you're a NASCAR or INDYCAR fan. But we get all those sponsors right there. I don't really have to say it. I could be that guy just be like, all right, that says Verizon, that says Verizon. Oh, is that a clam? No, that's a Shell logo, dipshit. But one thing I do like about these INDYCARs is that only on the Penske diecast I've noticed, like the Penske diecast, they've done this for several years, excluding 1 year. But if you guys notice that the suspension is all chrome, like the front suspension, the rear suspension, the exhaust ports, yeah, and even the rims, they are all chrome, which looks really cool. I think that's why, I know Penske is considered like, the favorite team in INDYCAR. And it looks like they are this year, guys, between, it seems like all three Penskes might actually have a shot for the title, guys. With Newgarden and Power and McLaughlin trying to go first. Guys, we literally have 2 races left in the INDYCAR season, and we have 7 guys legitimately eligible for the championship. And we don't have a playoff system. All I'm saying is, guys, sometimes, the championship format that we have, might not always work sometimes in NASCAR, all right? Just look at what INDYCAR's doing, guys. 7 guys going for the title, and, it's pretty close. Will Power right now, as you guys know, This has been a better season for Will Power. I mean, let's just say that. I mean, we don't want to talk about what happened last year. Another fun fact about Will Power, he actually, throughout his 15 years, I can't believe this is already his 15th year in the IndyCar series since the merger. And Will Power so far has able to win at least one race throughout all of his years. All right. I think even Scott Dixon was even close to that as well. But yeah, Will Power, man. I mean, even when he has an up and down year, especially last year was just, he finished like 9th in the points, and he was just very, very inconsistent. I mean, last year was definitely a big drop off for Penske, for a lot of those guys. But Will Power, man, really did pick himself up, and man, as far as I know, I think like half of the races so far, he at least got podiums, and I think he's only finished like 4 races like outside of the top 10. So it's been a really strong and consistent season for Will Power. And like I said, this guy is your current championship leader only by 3 points. That is how tight things are getting, guys. Coming down to the final 2 races at Portland and Laguna Seca, the IndyCar series really has just got even more competitive. And heck, Will Power still has his A game, guys. Now I will admit, when I first started IndyCar, first started watching IndyCar in 2013 at St. Petersburg, I was not the biggest fan of Will Power. I kind of thought he was just, I don't know, one of those guys that was just over-aggressive, like a Kyle Busch or a Kevin Harvick. But after knowing the guy and talking to him, and especially after that hilarious Indy 500 celebration, I mean, I think the guy's just having that's just his personality, man. This guy, Will Power is actually quite fucking hilarious, all right? Like, he is, you want to talk about a guy, who is serious with racing, but man, like, this guy, man, for a Penske guy, you would think, they would be very stern and very focused, like, because that's what, Team Penske drivers are. Will Power, man, I mean, he's a character, man. I mean, Scott McLaughlin and just Newgarden, those guys are awesome too. I have no beef with any of the Penske drivers, man. But just Will Power, man, he has no filter. Let's just say that, man. Oh lordy, but come down right here, of course, you got the detailed aero screen. We've had this for like 3 or 4 years now, but we got Will Powers. Oh gee whiz, I wonder if anyone's lacking any Will Power today. I hope not, because it's the weekend, y'all. We got the nice chrome Chevrolet logos. I do like how the Chevrolet logos have that nice bronze finish to them, which makes it really stand out. But the 5G logos right there, QR Shop. Oh lordy, just beautiful. And another thing I love about these Penske diecasts that we only see on these cars, back on the rear gearbox towards the diffuser, we got the Team Penske logo. I'm glad that green light still adds that detail. It just shows you that they really do a good job. I mean, once in a blue moon, they do end up having issues. Like you see, we do got some scratch marks right here on the aero screen, but nothing too crazy, man. But now let's get on to the side-by-side comparison of last year's car, which I gotta admit, I absolutely do love last year's, which was, had a nice matte black finish. I don't know, I mean, this year's looks really cool, but I'm really glad that they're kind of changing up the Verizon livery every year, because like when Will Power first started driving the Verizon car, when he won his 2014 championship, it was like the iconic red, and it was like, it had like red trim on it, like a red outline, but it was like black and white. That pretty much iconic, man. I wouldn't mind if they bring that back, especially with the aero screen now. I think that would look really nice. But then after that, they went to like this metallic silver, which was cool at first, but I got sick of tired of looking at that thing, because it was just, it's pretty traditional. Let's just say that. Pretty darn traditional, as my good friend Robbie Noon is now calling me. So one more of a better way for my good friend who is now retired from Diecast Reviews. Still going to be mentioned in the Diecast Review Race Day 2011, and it's on the IndyCar diecast. Heck, it's like, I don't know, it's like a sign, man. It's like, I don't know, maybe he wants to chime in on this, or maybe he is, I don't know, has some willpower that I would like to rub off on, because I'm definitely lacking some today. Just kidding, guys. But going on the side-by-side comparison, guys, as I don't know, I kind of already showed you guys the front ends, but I got a little off track. But it's definitely different. It's definitely different in its own unique way. I mean, if you guys are a big fan of matte finishes, then last year's would be a great addition to go along. But if you guys really like gradient finishes, then I think this year's really will really go well with your guys' collection. Or if you're a Will Power fan in general, like my good friend Eric and Ian, those guys are definitely big Will Powers fans. And heck, man, I gotta admit, I have a lot of respect for Will Power. I would not mind if this guy ends up getting the title. I mean, clearly the guy has been close to winning like 2 or 3 titles now. So, I mean, heck, man, Will Power definitely is, I think, just, I don't know, it just shows you, man, even after 15 years, Will Power still has it in him, guys. And it's pretty awesome, man. But, I don't know, feel free to comment below if you have anything else to share. As already, I'm going to go ahead and now wrap up this diecast review. I'm going to make these IndyCars reviews a little more shorter for you guys, because, heck, I know there's a lot of new people who are probably watching these. And I know these ones don't really get too much views, but I appreciate you guys' continued support, as this is going to wrap up the diecast review of Willpower's 2022 Verizon 5G Chevrolet Dollar 14 Penske. Comment, like, subscribe, and this has been OBB. I'll catch you guys next time on another diecast review, and thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys' continuing support, and I'll see you guys next time.